Fears over the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus has resulted in the cancellation of this month's staging of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships. Now, this follows confirmation of the nation's first two imported cases by the government on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, when asked about the possible cancellation of the championships, Leaford Grant, head coach of defending champions Kingston College, had this to say.
First and foremost, good sense prevailed. The boys have been working for the past 8 months. I believe that champs will go full speed ahead. We are preparing for champs. We have one single imported case. So obviously I believe the government can track where that person has been and trying to keep it under control. It will be devastated if we didn't have champs this year. So hopefully champs will go on.
Little did Grant know that 24 hours later, confirmation of the cancellation would come via press release following a teleconference involving key ministers, Issa President Keith Wellington and CEO of title sponsors Grace Kennedy Don Webby. Issa President Wellington says it was the best decision.
The consensus was that we would be better off cancelling champs this year. It was not a difficult decision to make because we really don't think that there is much of a choice in the matter. If we decided to go ahead with champs, it would have created too much of a risk, not just to our athletes and the patrons, but to the country as a whole. And so at this time, we think that the best decision that we could have taken is to cancel championship.
CEO of Grace Kennedy, Don Webby, had words of encouragement for the athletes.
I would say to them, well, this is very disappointing, especially for the Class 1 athletes who, sometimes showcase their talent and scholarships. I wanted to let them know that it's a very, very tough decision for Grace Kennedy, but we believe that it is in the best interest of them and of our country. And I'm sure that we will be over this challenge and they can once again showcase their talent to all of Jamaica and the world.
Issa is set to lose out on more than $100 million in sponsorship from Grace Kennedy for this year's staging of the championships, which Wellington says leaves Issa in a bad state.
It will have implications for Issa going forward because, as you are aware, champs provide us with a source of revenue to sponsor some of our other sporting competitions that are not sponsored. However, we believe that the type of partners we have in terms of Grace Kennedy along with our sponsors, we will find a way to ensure that we are not too adversely affected and that these competitions will go on, especially next school year.
This is the first time in modern times that the century-old athletic competition has been cancelled. The only other year where boys' champs, as it was still separated at that time, was not held was in 1944. Renata Brown for TVJ Sports.
Right then, we're now joined in studio live by track and field analyst Hubert Lawrence as we discuss the news of the cancellation of the Issa Boys and Girls Championships. Hubert, welcome to the Primetime Sports. Was the cancellation of champs too quick?
It's one thought. Maybe you could have it later in the year, but moving it is a key decision.
And how do you think the athletes would be feeling now, especially those who would have come back to school just for champs this year, the Class 1?
Spoke to some coaches at URI today. Those guys are devastated. Their last chance, but in scale of the broader situation, no choice.
And even looking further ahead, what bearing does the cancellation have on preparation for the World Junior Championships set for July in Kenya?
It's July. There's some time for the corona thing to be brought under control. We have to see if Kenya is a safe place to go to at that time. But some hope for the World Junior still.
And are you, Hubert, and the persons you've spoken to hanging on any possibility of champs still going on this year?
There's a coaches meeting tomorrow, and I think they're going to propose situations that could go forward even with champs not in the place we expect it to be. Maybe it could be in the summer term.
All right, Hubert Lawrence, thank you so very much for joining us here on Primetime Sports.